everyone, I'm doing some sketching today. If you want to tag along, just grab your sketchbook and pencils and let's get started. As you can see, for the first sketch today, I already have a face and shoulders down. I thought it may be nice to add a flower panel above her head, so I started with setting a frame and placing a few first elements such as leaves and petals and flowers. During this stage, I try to stay away from setting too many details and focus on composition and placement. As I add more elements, I check the overall balance of the sketch, and in this case, I added another flower before beginning to shade and detail the piece. I go over each petal, adding shape and lines to bring them a little more to life. I continue this process throughout, adding details and shading in order to create more depth. I then proceed to do the same for the leaves and add a few twinkles here and there to finish it off. Now for the second sketch today, I thought I'd show you how I like to calculate proportions for faces. What I've found is that it's really important for me to break it down on my reference into a circular shape and a triangle underneath. The left side of the triangle, which meets the circle, is an important reference as it designates the space between the eyes. Based off of this line, I calculate eyes, nose, lips, and chin placement. I like to use the space between all of these elements in order to figure out placement. And a good example of this is the shape of space between her lips that I'm currently sketching. I usually try to create the lower lip's shape through shading the space between it and the chin. After a few trials and errors, I managed to get the neck and shoulders down. I then proceed to get the brow and eye positioned. I focus on drawing the upper waterline and lid, followed by the lower waterline and actual eye. I then focus on shading in order to give the face some shape particularities. I start to give the ear some detail and shading as well. I attempted to give her a crescent moon head piece, but quickly changed my mind and got rid of it. So let's just ignore this part. I then added some more details such as the eyelashes and hair. I've been experimenting with styles recently, and I really like the highlighting tracing on her face. Once I was somewhat content with this sketch, I moved on to its opposite page. To avoid my hand going over the previous sketch, I sometimes just place a piece of paper on it. I used the same calculating technique that I used for the first face and drew a circle and triangle with a line defining the space between the eyes. Once this was done, I sketched the outside of the forehead, right brow, eyelid, cheek, and chin. I carved some space for the eye and continued the same line, which became the nose. I then focused on lip, eye, and brow placement. I slowly started placing some shaded areas and detailed her features. Next up was her hair, which I carved into chunky sections. And here I am again going in with the shading. And by now, you know the gist of it. More shading and a little highlight tracing. Finished it off by adding minuscule details. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you have any video requests or questions, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, bye.